Welcome to our channel. We will talk about Enver Pasha today. Let's begin. Enver Pasha's initial arrest and joining the society. Enver Pasha's education began in Istanbul. After primary education, like most children of that era, the desire to attend a military school arises, or the family decides in that direction. This situation was no different for Enver Pasha, and it was decided that he would start military high school. Therefore, his military life begins here. The prestigious military school of the time is the Manastır Military High School, where our great leader Mustafa Kemal Atatürk also studied. Enver Pasha starts his education here. First, he goes through the middle school, Rustiye, and then the high school, Idadi, period. Enver Pasha, who finishes these schools as a normal or more accurately, a mediocre student, then starts at the military academy, Harbi. In Harbi, Enver Pasha is not particularly outstanding as a student. He is modest, attends classes, and has a reserved personality that doesn't interfere much with others. However, he doesn't accept the seclusion of the period. Somehow, the need to save the country arises, especially during the Harbi period. Many parts of the Ottoman Empire are burning, wars are ending and starting, and the empire is shrinking day by day. Therefore, young officers burning with patriotic fervor contemplate various solutions to save the country, and even exchange ideas to overthrow the oppressive Ottoman rule. However, informants who report such movements to the palace are abundant, and almost every student, especially those passionate about the homeland, has at least one palace spy following them. Despite being a modest student, Enver Pasha is one of those pursued informants. One night, he and his uncle, who studied at the same school, are summoned to a secret court in the palace. The reason for their summons is the two people his uncle hosted at their house at some point. Palace officials suspect that these two individuals are working to overthrow the reigning sultan to question Enver Pasha and his uncle, seeking information and possibly using them as informants. Fortunately, both Enver Pasha and his uncle understand the situation and do not provide the information sought by these impostors. They are eventually released, but they now know that there are always someone following them. Enver Pasha, who was reserved and did not communicate much with others, especially during his early school years, transforms into a different person after graduating from Harbi. This is usually the case. A child who is excessively soft, obedient, and introverted during childhood or early adolescence opens up as life progresses, unable to contain the inner self. During those introverted times, he begins to set goals to realize what he has in mind. You can easily see such people around you, and you might even be one of them yourself. Enver Pasha has become one of them over time. Now, he is an ambitious officer, a daring soldier, and a determined commander. This period also marks a time when he sets a certain intellectual course. His job is chasing bands in the Rumeli Mountains. However, these bands are not marauders or thieves. They are groups fighting and dying for their national causes. The attempts to suppress them have different manifestations in the minds of those who want to overthrow them, because they begin to feel the same sentiments, and secretly burn for the replacement of the corrupt and backward regime with a new one. However, thinking this way does not hinder them from doing their job. After all, they are soldiers trained by the Ottoman Empire, and they work day and night to fulfill their duties. What did they get in return? A sultan who fears leaving his palace due to his own informant network and defends all these lands that belong to him. Or was it more important for the long oppressed, humble people to be free? These were the thoughts that passed through the mind of Enver Pasha as he chased bands in the Rumeli Mountains, just like other patriotic officers performing the same duty. Because he had a prayer that he constantly repeated to himself, "O God, grant me the opportunity to serve my country, my nation, and my religion well." However, it does not take long for him to realize that this prayer will no longer be enough. Although he wants to do good things for his homeland and his people, time and the current administration are tying his hands. The bands he pursued, the heads he collected, and even the revolutionaries he chased while shedding blood begin to seem futile after a while. He tells himself, something must be done. However, he knows that he cannot do it alone. What he doesn't know is that in secret corners of his country and even beyond its borders, some people gather, exchange ideas, create plans and programs, and go beyond just doing their duty to save the country. History will not be too late to bring together this Istanbulite, a short-sighted and brave warrior, with those secret organization men. It is not a coincidence or destiny, but a reality brought about by being in the right place at the right time, and his uncle, Halil Pasha, is the one who opens the way for him on the Ottoman stage. Enver Pasha, who has shed blood and eliminated revolutionaries in many places in Macedonia and Rumeli, receives that information from Halil Pasha during one of his staff days in Thessaloniki. When they were together at Harbi, they had already thought about opening the eyes of the people to save the country. However, much time has passed since then, and both have walked different paths for a while. Therefore, Halil Pasha first checks with Enver Pasha. He asks him if he still agrees with the idea, if he is ready to give his life, to die, and to kill for this cause, and if he is willing to spend his life for such an ideal. The answer he receives naturally satisfies him. Enver Pasha, who prays every day to serve the homeland and the nation, is sure that he has found the opportunity he is looking for. With a calm heart and 1,000 new thoughts and goals in his mind, he joins the society. Thank you to watch our video, and hoping to see you soon again.